As a child growing up in that part of the world, really, we were not children from, this part of the world like Canada or Western Hemisphere. Really, number one thing in your head was survival. That's number one thing. You didn't think about becoming a medical doctor, dentist, a lawyer or this, And I came from a big family, quite a few children, and my father all he was worried about to have his children to be educated. But number one thing he cared about is survival. Survival not just for his children, for the people around, because there were many people, that grew up without father, simply because they were fighting the regime at that time. And at that time, I'm talking about, that we had Saddam Hussein, for example, till 2003, when he was caught in, if I'm not mistaken, in December 13, 2003, and he was in power. He came to power, I think, if I'm not mistaken, July 16, 1979, and he was one of the most brutal dictator in Middle East. And so growing up as a Kurdish person, really all I cared about is survival, and I guess survival we did. But many parts of the Kurdistan, in particular the parts of Kurdistan of Turkey, to the present day, they are not allowed to speak their mother tongue, meaning they are not allowed to speak Kurdish language. So if they are caught speaking Kurdish language, they will be imprisoned, tortured, and we do have even parliamentarians that were elected by the people. Leyla Zana being one of them, and she was elected by 86% of the people voting for her, ended up in the parliament, after that ended up in prison, simply because she was dressed up in a Kurdish clothing. Just for that, she ended up in prison. Leyla Zana is an infamous person that is well known around the world simply because she came second in terms of Nobel Peace Prize, and she was the one that received the Zakharov Award. So we don't think, at that time when I was growing up, I did not think about growing up becoming what. But from what I heard from my father, my mother, whatever, I was told all the time to grow up as a kind of human being that you look after others, because you see the killings, the oppression. Then when you see the oppression, you become part of it, and hopefully when you grow up, you do something for them.